Okay.
So I have a lot of content too.
Well, I must say, I am too much ashamed to ashamed of myself to rewatch the cast that I do. That's why I do like that I'm live streaming. If I do something wrong, I just have to suck it up and move on
Yeah,
to the next part. Even if I did something wrong, then well, no harm done, right? It's just a stream, but I do love doing it, and that's why I am here. So I'll just introduce the players on the map for our third game. It is going to be Yansu spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. We have our Protoss player, and his name is the Heralds of Apocalypse is Lightsider. Now a very good player, so let's see if he has the stuffs to beat his opponent. The Terran player spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, Yansu, just beating Star Galaxy. It is RuW's C Motok. So but still Motok is his name. A former player for Love Your Girlfriend, but they disbanded, so he transferred to RuW. And let's see what this game will bring. Will he will he kick this Protoss' ass as well, or will his macro and micro be good enough to take another win?
I think we will see a Blinkstalker push from Outsider, but also on the other hand we see Reaper opening for the Terran player.
Exactly.
I
This
believe he makes only one Reaper, pulls out from the gas at when he has enough gas to make a Reaper, and to make a reactor after the Reaper, and expand behind it.
Exactly. That's the very standard play going on Yonsu at this time. The barracks is done, and that Reaper is indeed coming out. This map is perfect for it with all the ledge spaces that are active on this map. Also, I do like the building positioning for Lightsider as well. He's created a wall with the buildings on the right side of his base. So if the Reaper makes it inside one makes it inside behind the mineral line, it will be most likely trapped there and die. It cannot move
Uh,
out from there.
I think there is a little space behind the cybernetics core or next to the cybernetics core, but I'm not totally
On the
sure of
right
it.
side, you mean?
Yeah.
No, there's no way for a unit to pass through there. It's completely sealed off. If the Reaper would
Huh?
try to pass there, he will fall to his death from this cliff. No single jetpack he has will save him from that.
Yeah. You are true, or you're right.
Exactly. I use it always because Reapers are so difficult for me to deal with. But that one Reaper is out and he's just scouting around. He does spot the natural base coming down. He did not. No, he did not take the probe out. That's also a mistake that I usually make. That I do not send extra units along with my mothership core to defend it. But the Reaper also survives, so let's see if it can get some scouting done.
Actually, we see a kinda old-style TVP from Muta because he's making the fast 3 barracks, but he lost his Reaper, so he can scout now, and
Yeah,
the robotics facility is coming up. So Motak is kinda in the dark, what he's up against. But on the other hand, he can make a lot of damage with this really fast 3 racks push.
exactly. I believe that we will see some very fast Colossus with that forge and that robotics facility being plopped down, and most likely we will see the extra gateways coming through as very soon as well. Being very careful just to wait to put the tech down before that Reaper was killed off, or at least out of his base, so he would not scout it. So that robotics facility and forge are completely blind by Motok. Most likely, what he will do is scan the main base and most likely scan behind that mineral line to see if any Twilight Council has been plopped down. But the position, look, there we go. There's the scan, and he does
And
not see anything.
yeah, and he's still in the dark.
Exactly.
And now he's... But as I said, this push should do a lot of damage.
Yes, he only saw the pylon coming in on the ledge, but for the rest, he did not see the forge. He did not see the robotics facility.
I believe this is the pulled build, if I'm
Which
correct.
build?
Hold wheel.
Okay. Well, the Stalker, the Watchtower, has been taken down, but he did spot that the push is coming. Some Marines and a Marauder that can be very annoying to deal with. But with that Photon Overcharge, usually they will not be able to do any damage.
Oh, there are kinda enough units to hold this off. Plus the photon overcharge.
Yes, with the Photon Overcharge it is... Oh, he's just going into the main base. He does not want to fight in
But
that...
I don't think he can accomplish anything than killing just one probe.
Yes, but he did
Maybe
get the
killing
scout
two.
off. He scouted everything that is going on. He scouted that robotics facility from being built. He scouted the Twilight Council. He knows exactly what will be coming his way. So in that way, he did get a very good scout of his opponents.
Also, Lightsider just lost only 3 probes in the process.
Yes, only... he killed off 3 probes. That's okay-ish, I guess. So he did a little bit of damage with it, but not
He
really
did
that.
more damage than he
Yes, but the
should
value
have.
of the scout is also very, very valuable, because with the Twilight Council and the Robotics Bay, he will know that there will be Colossi coming out with Blink for the Stalkers to get a very good composition, and he can prepare for that. And the starport is finishing up now as well, so those medevacs will also be coming through quite quickly now, and Stim is finishing up.
Also, what Motak is missing is the combat shield, but I think he will upgrade it later on.
Yes, most likely after he finishes up his stim pack, which he did now, most likely he will get that combat shields. Yes, he just started it right now, along with the first 2 medevacs.
So Colossi is out, and the second one should be chrono boosted.
Yes, he's not chrono boosting it just yet, but also he's not using that forge to go for any attack upgrades. He's going for those armor upgrades, and I'm not quite sure if how much I like that, because he does have a lot of zealots, and you just want to keep those alive while the Colossus is doing the damage. But usually it is true that the attack upgrade is more useful than that armor upgrade in this composition.
Well, if you want to do the math, it takes 3 shots for the Colossi or only 2, sorry, to kill a Marine.
Yes.
And with +2 attack, it's like 1 shot.
Exactly. So also the third base is being taken by both players. It's quite far ahead for our Terran player Motok, and he's looking to go for a drop in the main base. Blink is almost done, but what is there in the main base to defend this? I mean, if he has Blink, but there's no units to defend it, then it will not matter anyway. And there's nothing here.
And he can't even see the drop is coming.
Exactly.
The Zealot is just too out of position, or it was too late.
The medevacs are being boosted, and he's dropping into the main base. He will most likely lose some units here. Recall into the main base, not paying full attention, and he loses only 1 Marine, and oh, now he loses an entire medevac. That's kind of a shame, but still.
But the second push is coming up on the left side on the map.
Yes, exactly. But it was scouted out by a probe or a zealot at that watchtower, and the army of Motok is making it back to the third base as well. But again, a drop into the main base as well. Blink being used. Medevac is very low and trying to focus it down. No more stalkers just yet. He's warping in more, and a push on the third base as well.
And the Medivac drop shift micro is kinda really good.
Yes, he is just multitasking everywhere. The army is chasing that 2 medevacs on the left side, and finally the drop in the main base is also being cleared up. 7 worker kills, so he got 4 more with the drops he did. He did force out a recall, but it did not do as much damage as he would have hoped, most likely.
I only miss proxy pylons from Lightsider. Like, he really wants to punish the fast third base from the Terran, while on the other hand he wants to probe up a little bit, because he's low on probes.
Exactly, Motok does have a huge economical advantage with those 70 SCVs against 56 probes, but he is still... Oh, he is actually supply blocked at this time as well. That will not do him any good. That will make him lose some warp in rounds as well. That's just a shame, but
So
the
the
storm
Doom
is
drop
coming
is
through.
coming up.
Yeah, a huge drop. On the right.
Also, I kinda like Moto's play because he didn't overmade Vikings from the kinda mid game. He made the tempo based Terran. That's the making more medivacs.
Exactly, and there's just a small hit squad on the left side of the map, and Lightsider does not have full vision on this while he's dropping into the main base with Widow Mines incorporated as well. Let's hope that Lightsider actually saw them. They get some nice shots off as well, hurting his arm.
Actually, the Widow Mines just killed half of the Marines.
Yes, exactly. But the Nexus does fall, bringing Lightsider to a 2-base economy, and the army is being pulled back to the main base, and there's still a squad ready to strike at the 3rd base. But he split up his army really nice. But still, 4 Widow Mines are
still online.
Are ready to go in that main base. So if the Nexus is done and he will transfer a lot of probes there, then that will definitely hurt him.
And from the Terran's point of view, he just has to wait for the Protoss to attack, and then he can win the war game because only Colossi are out. Or sorry.
There are 5 High Templars out as well, and Storm did finish up by this time. So he has that going for him, and Storm really can make a huge difference in a fight against the Terran.
My god.
That's big damage input, damage output.
Very sorry for Lightsider, but if he pulls all his probes back to the main, it will be a lot of pain in the ass to deal with these mines.
Exactly. They just
I don't think so he knows about the Widow mines at all.
I don't think so either, and he's trying to put down a 4th base at that forward location, but it's being blocked off by a Widow mine as well. He's moving his army to that side, but Lightsider. But see, Motok is getting that next base at the 4 o'clock position, I guess. No, let's say at the 5 o'clock position as well, and getting those missile turrets out everywhere. Oh, and it's
I will run when Lightsider pulls his probes to the main base.
Okay, the Nexus is finishing up. Do these Widow Mines have a lot of kills already? Oh, one does get a shot off on one of the units, and he can see them. You do see the marks where the Widow Mines are, and he's just going back for gas mining. No extra probes being transferred just yet. Oh, that Widow Mine got another 2 kills. But this army from Motok that is at the 3rd base.
This is the Terran version of that war.
This is a very strong army. It's being scouted out.
Look at that big red dot.
Oh, very nice storm though. Really weakening the army a little bit, and does not want to go down the ramp most likely, because that's a very nice choke. Cloak goes moving forwards, getting an EMP. One Templar still has energy, he's just walking through those storms. The Colossus get taken out immediately with the overwhelming number of Vikings. Doesn't he have enough of those? Because he does have... There are a lot of Zealots in this composition as well.
But look at that big red dot at the Terran's 5th base.
Yes.
4th base.
All those command centers finishing up, and they will be turned into orbital commands really quickly to get those mules going. A huge drop flying over the 3rd base, and it will go to the natural base most likely. 3 techs going down, getting some of the medevacs. They were full, I believe, but there's still a lot of damage output. More Zealots joining the fight. But will that be enough, or will he just lose everything he has right here and now?
I think Motok can win this fight because... Oh, or maybe not.
We have a lift off at the 3rd base as well. The SCVs are trying to make it out of there. It looks like we are going to have some form of base trade on our hands. And there's one lesson you learn already in Bronze League: you never base trade a Terran.
Yeah.
The command center does fall. The 3rd command center is down, but there are more where that was coming from. Did he actually scout that other base being put down yet? No, he did not scout anything. The Ghost Academy is falling now as well, and he does have a lot of High Templars in this composition. But the Terran is in the main base with quite some Marauders, and the Widow Mines are actually still active here, making that main base completely useless.
Well, one EMP and the Protoss is done.
There is the AP you were talking about. All those High Templars get ripped from their shields and from their energy. And this is still quite a strong army that he has on the high ground. That Motok has on the high ground, I mean.
Yeah,
Drop
but
still.
on the other hand, I can't really decide who is winning right now.
Looking at the income, we see that Lightsider is bringing in 400 minerals per minute, while Motok is at 1200 minerals per minute with that base on the right hand side. And the gas income for Lightsider is non-existent, not even coming above a 50 Vespene gas per minute. So the income is going for Motok, and he's 50 supply up. Army supply is 20 supply up as well.
He almost sniped that Nexus. Oh my god.
Exactly. Finally, an observer is with the map, and one marauder in the corner does get that main nexus as well. Now the third base is being re-established, and the fourth base is also done, but there's no mining going on just yet. He only has 30 probes left.
But just not forget that his army is kinda strong enough too. But really Marauder heavy composition from Motak. That should deal with this composition.
I would say that he would need a few more Vikings to deal with the Colossi, but he has quite some Vikings already, and he's producing 3 at the time. And also don't forget that the Terran does have a nice upgrade lead. He has that +3 attack and also +2 for his Vikings, while the Protoss is still at 2-2.
Yeah. But Storm is kinda strong enough, and Storm ignores the armor upgrades.
Exactly, but Marauders are quite tanky. They do have a lot of health, so I'm not quite sure. It will depend a lot on the positioning, but it will take also for those Colossus quite some time before they can kill the Marauders. Going back to the income, Motok is with the third base re-established again. He is jumping over that 2000 minerals per minute income range, while the Protoss is still mining with a 1 base economy with 800 minerals per minute. So he's just getting more and more ahead as the longer this game goes on. +3 attack for his Vikings are also coming out. And the longer this game goes on, Motok is just getting more and more ahead with those extra command centers being done as well.
Yeah, but also a drop is coming to the third base of Lightsider.
Exactly. We do see 2 photon cannons and a High Templar ready to intercept that. So let's see if that's also enough. Oh, Cloak Ghost making it into the army again. Nice EMPs going down there. I do believe that there are still storms in this army. Yes, there are. And no more storms now anymore. This army is defenseless. This is going to be the end. This is going to be the GG for Motok. He is going to win this match. Drop at the third base also had the chance to do a lot of damage here. It did get a chance to unload, and this fourth base will fall momentarily. Motok taking the victory over Lightsider, bringing the score to a 2-1 lead for RuW. That was beautiful.
So yeah, and Motok made me want to play Terran again.
Well, wait until you start with that, because when you play